Hey there, I'm Jim Zub. I'm the creator of Skullkickers, and I'm so happy to have you as one of our supporters on the Kickstarter campaign, Caster Bastards and the Great Grotesque. Thank you so much for your patience as we've been developing this book and making it bigger and crazier than I ever imagined. In our original design document, we said that the comic was going to be 30 pages and that the role-playing game adventure was going to be somewhere around 70 to 75 pages. Well, we're running late on the release, but I can show you exactly why that is the case. The final comic book story is complete. It's 36 pages, and the role-playing game section is blown out to 168 pages. So it is more than double what we originally planned on this particular process. That's on me, that's on the development team. We kept coming up with amazing ideas. I kept commissioning more artwork to fill in those pages. And as the adventure grew from 75 to 100 pages, I thought, okay, we've got this under control. And then each new thing kind of begat more cool maps, more amazing dungeon encounters. And you're going to get all that for the exact same price of what you originally backed. So that's the good news. The book is running late, but man, oh man, it is absolutely jam-packed with amazing stuff. I want to give you a special preview without spoiling the adventure for players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and show you some of the early pages before the spoilers happen at a size where you can see them. And I'll post these in the Kickstarter update as well. And then I'm going to shrink the screen down so you can see some of that artwork, but it won't spoil all the text for you. This is the table of contents. As you can see with the appendix and everything else, it goes to 168 pages. We've got our prologue, all the sort of building blocks for the adventure, all the important stuff you need to know. Then we've got 3 acts for the actual adventure, and then an extensive appendix, which has new creatures, new magic items, NPCs, all kinds of great stuff. I'll cut ahead here. These are a couple of the pages I think I've already posted in a previous Kickstarter update. So there's no big surprise there. And then what's going on, as you can see there, once we get into that, that's for game masters only. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink my screen here. I know you want to see all of it full size, but you'll be able to see this layout, how amazing this all looks. Here's our magic dysfunction tables. Such amazing artwork here by Max Dunbar, and then carrying through each new section. Some of this artwork is taken from the comic book story, but the vast majority of it is brand new. We've got artwork from Stephen Cummings, who worked with me on Wayward together. Classic D&D artist Jeff D did a couple pieces in here. Obviously, Max Dunbar, Steve Ellis, Isaac Goodhart, obviously Edwin from the original Skullkickers artist, Sean Isaac, who I worked with on Champions and Pathfinder, Dean Kotz, who did a D&D story with me back in the day, Lucas Kettner, who I actually game with in tabletop, and he's a phenomenal artist. He did the big chapter pieces you're going to see throughout here. Derek Loveman, Phil Sevi, and Adam Warren. There's one of Lucas's pieces. You might even recognize what he's riffing on there with that one. I'll show that to you in more detail later on. All kinds of amazing stuff. Amazing layout here from ERF Jordan, just doing an incredible job on the graphic design. And as you can see, we're only at, the 30th spread, each one of these, of course, being 2 pages. And there's tons of new artwork, tons of amazing content. Very few of the spreads just have text on them. Almost every 2-page spread has some nice piece of artwork, full color. That's a spot illo from Adam Warren. He's known for his, anime-inspired stuff, but he's also a big D&D fan. So I got him to contribute some pieces here. All kinds of amazing. There's another full chapter opener by Lucas Kettner. It's so good. Just an incredible amount of artwork, an incredible amount of development. Here's some of the dungeon maps for the insane graduate dungeon beneath the tower. There are over 70 encounter keys for this dungeon, spread over 3 levels. And it is amazing design. Our RPG team, so we've got, leading up by Mike Olson, ERF Jordan, Clint Cronk, and Ian Moss have just done an amazing job building these encounters, putting all this stuff together. And the book is just looking awesome. It is an epic RPG adventure on the scale I'd always hoped. There's cool puzzles, there's weird encounters, there's fun little role-playing bits, and then things just go absolutely nuts into the final climax. And it gets a little dense and a little crazy. And some of the locations you've already been in the tower are now sort of transformed in this big climax as we take it to the hoop here. And then we move into the appendix, all kinds of amazing creatures, all kinds of new stats and stuff. You're going to love it. It is a wild, wild ride. I'm so pumped for you to be able to check this out. I wanted to give you a preview and just be able to confidently show you the book in its current near finished form. We're going through an editorial pass right now, just making sure everything from the page references to the terms and all the stuff that you expect to see in there is finalized and correct. I'm so pumped for you to have Caster Bastards and the Great Grotesque in your hands in a big, beautiful hardcover, all printed and ready to go. But obviously, you know, printing is a little bit crazy right now, and we're just trying to get the logistics all figured out in terms of when the printing is happening, how the books are going to be shipped, where we're printing it, to make sure that we're not paying crazy, crazy fees on shipping. Like a lot of the international stuff is pretty wild right now. But as soon as we've got a version edited and locked, I'm going to get that digital version sent out to all of our backers to make sure you have it. You can start playing it and enjoying it as soon as possible. And then I'll update with more details as we get through. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart for all of your support on Caster Bastards and Skullkickers and my career as a whole. It means so much to me. I hope you like what you're seeing here. I hope you're pumped to read through the adventure as a game master and run this with your group. I hope you are pumped, because the book is well and truly well beyond anything I could have imagined. And I'm so incredibly proud of it and really looking forward to your feedback and excitement as well.